Barakatah, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom Israel. Just wanted to do this real quick, impromptu. This is the morning of April 2nd, 2014. And right now, as things are heating up right across the world, we see how things are going, and we are in these last days and last times as prescribed in the Bible. Also, I want to say double honors to the elders of GMS, and shalom to all the brothers who are of the elect of Israel, pushing the word, truth, faith, and sincerity. Just wanted to bring out a few things real quick. Namely, all the different situations we are in right now. People that are misled and are gladly being misled. So I'll start with the scripture right here, going into Romans 1 and let's see, 1 and 20. It reads, "For invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse." So basically, you're not going to have, you're not going to, you're not getting off with nothing in that regard. So that's something that, when you hear the truth, when you hear that you are Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, especially you so-called Negroes, because you hear it all, you probably hear it the most and scoff at it the most. I know that's who I pretty much hear it from. And it's basically because you don't want to let go of old tradition that was never meant for you anyway. It was, your slave masters' intent, and you got the stupid question that mostly everybody asks when you see the picture of Caesar Borgia. Well, what does color matter? Well, he was a man who had a family, a mother, and a father. Okay, so he came in the flesh. You have to believe he came in the flesh and was crucified in flesh. So that has to be verse 21. Because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Most High into an image made like a corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed in verse 25, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into which was intended did change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet, meaning which was right. And a matter of fact, which was meet. I'm going to look at that word, which is Strong's G 1163, which in this word is die. and it says, it is necessary, there is need of it, behooves, is right and proper, proper necessity, lying in the nature of the case necessity, brought on by circumstance or by the conduct of others towards us, necessity in reference to what is required to attain some end, a necessity of law and command, of duty, equity, necessity established by the counsel and decree of the Most High. I'll stop right there. You can go on and continue and read, and go in there and check that out. Also, pointing out that the meaning of these words is very, very. You need to understand. So that right there, people say meat, and you won't understand what that means. Actually, that means that it was right for them to die, because that's actually where the word comes from. So let's see, where did I stop? So verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, so knowing that homosexuality is wrong, and all this other kind of adultery is wrong, wanting to sleep with another man's woman, that's wrong. They knew that was wrong. The Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient. Okay? Let's look up that word reprobate. That is a strong G96. The word is adokimos. The definition is not standing the test, not approved properly. Not approved properly used of metals and coins, that which does not prove itself, such as it is, or such as it ought, unfit for, unproved, spurious, and reprobate. So basically, not standing the test. So you're basically just you're given over to a mind that's rejected. So you're just going to go in circles. In circles and in circles. Because you're going to do things which aren't convenient. Because you are getting rid of the only knowledge which is worth having. And that's the knowledge that you already know is wrong. But of course, when it goes against what you want to do, then you're going to stay in there. And that's what separates the Lord's people from the Lord's who the Lord calls wicked, and also the two-thirds of Israel who will not be saved. And let's see, going down to verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, by whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations, for his name. Now let me explain this right here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm sorry, Shalat. I must have went all the way, because I'm using this iPad. It flipped all the way back up to the 5th verse. So that 5th verse, I guess maybe I was supposed to read that, because it does actually tie up everything else. Because this is what we're supposed to be doing for his name. Now going back down here to the voice, let's see where I was at. Okay. I'll start back at 31. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affections, implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, so that's being like preachers who knows that homosexuality is wrong and know why AIDS is about, because they've been taught that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So that means for the anybody who is saying that homosexuals can be saved, which actually that doesn't even show up in the scriptures at all. So you have an issue with that one right there. I think for the most part that's really what I wanted to get into, is this Romans, because a lot of people try to go they try to use Paul as the end all be all to say everybody's going to be saved, which is not true. And of course it's hard for people to accept the Lord as a God that excluded certain people. But yes, that's exactly what he's done. Because he chose Israel for his inheritance. That's it. So, like what we see right now in this society is the emasculation of men while filling the woman with testosterone. Because everybody is trying to say acceptance is tolerance. Acceptance is not tolerance. And it's basically an abominable thing at this point just to even be in this land and want to call yourself an American. We call ourselves Israelites, and we are praying and trying to hasten the day, doing the work and doing different things that the Lord and the Lord has set up his people in different positions to do these different jobs, and we stay diligent to him, man, to make our calling and election sure. Now, all I want to say is this, is that anybody who can't understand the breakdowns, just go listen to learned men. Now, usually, and even in the scriptures, mostly everybody has learned from a teacher. There are some instances, especially like with Paul. Paul was learned independent of the disciples, still with the same spirit, which is actually proving a point to this latter day, which really is provoking, and right now is provoking the rest of Israel to envy, because when the spirit is doing things that I think the dynamics of what Yahweh Shai was doing in his time here is grossly underestimated, and the focus of what was really taking place is way off. GMS has that understanding, and I mean, I've been, for myself, I've been like, man, my heart's been longing for this, and it's a beautiful thing to see. I guess at the same time, we see all the scoffers. Now, I want to put some in your minds, like, for anybody who has seen the movie, what is that, Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith. Okay, Revenge of the Sith is like, at the end of the movie, when they about to double-cross the Jedis or whatnot, the Senator Palpatine calls for this particular order, and it's called Order 66. Now, if you look at that GMS pie chart, it shows you the breakdown of the 1/3 and the 2/3. That 2/3 number is 66.6. The number of man, the number of the Antichrist. Why? Because you're against yourself. You guys might want to wake up and just look at that basic math. So for all the people who want to come in now and say, well, hey, let's want to take a high seat in Israel with these men who have came up under GMS and have known nothing else other than this particular leadership, and even seen some of the other ones like Bootleg Comfy and Bubble Eyes and Johanna and Nate, even 14th Street. Everybody has like kind of been in this, aware of everybody with the exception of HODC. Like, only reason I heard of you is because of the story of all the things that went on that really helped spawn this situation now. So basically, because of HOTC's carnality and severe, deep envy for Elder Tahar, that they still can't even call him elder to this day. But you want his flock that the Lord has appointed him. And I don't think you really even, like, you guys claim to be so deep, man, with the truth. Well, oh, man. Okay, just for argument's sake, what if Elder Tahar, is, let's say, offspring of Zadok, maybe? You think in this present day, that probably wouldn't be an office to be honored. Because your carnality says, no, I don't believe what the Lord is doing inside that man that got all of these people going on one page. Well, he seemed like a great tender of the ark to me. And since the ark is now in the spirit, it's not, I guess it's a physically spiritual thing. And what you witnessing is that in itself. So, with that being said, for the people who may hear this, you still involved in the church, this message is pretty much not for you, except for the 2/3 part. So that part, you go to Zechariah and Revelations, get yourself some understanding there, because this is about Israel and the elect of Israel. Peter was talking about Israel. Even in the Old Testament is talking about Israel. We need to get on this page. If you're not, then stay here, be left in this bedlam that's headed this way, because we are on the brink of World War III. And right now, as they've implemented this deadline, I think I'm in the only state that has a extended deadline of Obamacare. So everybody else you need to have insurance. And really what they want to do is get everybody funneled through Obamacare, because all the things that are in Obamacare pretty much, for you niggas, you guys are so sold on it, like you guys have already pretty much, you halfway in to getting the chip. You just don't see it yet, and then when people are going to be like, oh no, well you already signed up for it. Now if you go back to the South Park episode, they was telling you about making sure you read the fine print, because they did a episode about, they called it the center pad or whatever. What they ended up doing is they tricked people into submitting for submit themselves for tests for science by clicking on I agree to the terms of the new iTunes update. So what they were just kind of programming you to read these things and know what you're signing up for then. So they were kind of putting you on alert. I mean, because Esau put his things out there, man. They put their witchcraft out there so you can see. So all these things you need to be aware of. And just recently, I came across the one song, the old kind of pop reggae song by Eddie Grant. And I just wanted to listen to the words because it just hit my spirit like, man, what's something about that? Electric Avenue, something's wrong. And basically that song is talking about the hour of martial law, and when you guys can't eat in the streets, there's nowhere to go, you finna run down to Electric Avenue, because that Electric Avenue is going to be that chip, man, and you're going to be running down there to go get it. So, if you guys can't see you on the brink of this thing right now, then, man, death to the 2/3. Again, Barakatah, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS, and peace and blessings to all the Akiam out there doing the work, and peace to the few women, the truth that are out there, and man, stay up, And again, death to the two thirds. Shalom.